Greetings everyone. This is Ikshita again. You all might be wondering why I'm particularly back again. And today, I'm not just here to speak about society. I'm not particularly here to speak about the way the politicians work, the way the politicians are, and the way we eventually are related to them, right? I'm speaking about humanity today. I'm speaking about something which is particularly deserved by everyone, but then not realized at the same time by everyone. And that is a change. How beautiful a change is. Change. It's just a five-letter word. But then it remains a question regards why people don't understand the value of it. Right? I'm not again just speaking about the society, but then I'm speaking about the human mentality on a whole. You see, most of the times we think something, we do something, and think कि देखो, there has to be something done like this only. We eventually limit our mindsets for something being done in a particular way only. Why? You know, I've read this somewhere, or perhaps I heard this somewhere, that there was a marathon once, okay? There was a race once. And there was a fixed rule that देखो, no one can complete the race within 3 minutes. ठीक है? No one can complete the race, everyone can complete the race within 3 minutes, but then not in less than 3 minutes, right? Race can be completed in within 3 minutes. At particularly 3 minutes, but not less than 3 minutes. But then there was one person who thought that it's impossible. You know, he eventually didn't let that fixed mindset of the people inspire him to eventually grow up a fixed mindset as well. And that was what caused him to work on in bringing a change, to be a change, to start a revolution and complete the race within 2.59 minutes. How cool is that? When the history, when the philosophy, when the many of the examples of the actual world teach us that we can instill a change, we can certainly have a growth mindset, then why are we as humans eventually focusing upon only having a fixed mindset? Of course, the same law works for society also, but then as I started at the starting of the speech itself, or you can say starting of the video itself, I didn't want to eventually reflect most of my thoughts today or most of my words today towards the society. I'm just speaking about the human minds. Because after doing a little research or after speaking to a few people, I got to understand that for changing the society, we need to first change our mindsets. Because people act according to their mindsets, according to the way their mind thinks, right? So when you instill the right mindset in you, you can bring out a change in the society tomorrow. Or perhaps today itself, if you're really inspired in bringing out a revolution as soon as possible. Apart from only that, I read this somewhere that eventually you should not be having a fixed mindset. You should be having a growth mindset. When someone tells you that you can only score this much, or when someone eventually tells you that you are limited to only this, don't listen to them. Break out the glass ceilings, break out the roof beyond you, and try bringing out a change. Try doing something different. Try doing something unique. Try being remembered in the hearts of people. This is what actually matters. Abdul Kalam also says the same thing. He says this, that uniqueness matters the most. How do you think can uniqueness eventually happen? It can eventually happen only through a change. Now when I speak about change again, one thing which rolls in everyone's mind is, what would others say if I do this? What would you say if I do that? What will you think if I think that? What will you eventually do if I do that, etc. Now, I've got another quote to say now, and this was said by Jay Shetty. I'm not what you think, I'm not what I think you are, or I'm simply not what you think I am. I'm just someone who you think I am. Let that just blow your mind for a moment. I repeat, I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. I'm just someone who you think I am. In simple words, it's contemplation that is blocking the people from achieving their goals, or is certainly something which is restricting the people from being unique, or in bringing out a change which is necessary to be brought. Right? So don't let that happen. Now in the morning, when I was certainly questioning my teacher about something regards the education system and why couldn't it be changed, the only thing which she told me that is, Ikshita, we cannot do that. Fine. She doesn't just mean to say that we as common people don't have the power to do that, but then she means it to also say that we cannot do that because, because particularly there is a fixed mindset which everyone has got. And it cannot certainly become flexible if one or two people change their fixed mindset from a growth mindset. What to do now? I mean, what to do now? Every problem everywhere, not just in the society, not just in the house, not just in the universe, not just in the space, but any and everywhere afterwards can be solved only through a change. Only through a change. A change is again both beautiful and ugly. Try to opt the beauty of the change. Try to follow something which makes you beautiful, something which helps you feel relished regards, something which gives you satisfaction regards, and certainly follow that path and bring out a change. Because bringing out a change wouldn't just make your life more colorful, wouldn't just make you more happier, but particularly would make the people around you inspired. The people anywhere and everywhere afterwards remember regards who you are, who you were, right? Leaders are none other than the people who bring out a change. If your actions inspire others to do more, learn more, do more, learn more, and become more, then you're a leader. And when can you certainly inspire the people to be to be like you? Only when you are someone different from others, right? So try instilling those some quantities, or some particular characteristics in you. Try to eventually bring out a revolution within your own self. It's not important again for anyone to remind you कि देखो तुम्हें बदलना है. Don't give that chance to anyone. You know who you are. You've got your own restrictions. You've got your own boundary lines. You've got your own ways of going beyond the boundary lines. So then why anyone else when you have the power of your own self? So focus upon that and bring out a change, because as I said already, it's beautiful. Please do mind me, it's beautiful. I as a person always like living uniquely, with uniqueness. From childhood to now, all that I focused upon is uniqueness. Try walking in when the world walks out. This change, or this uniqueness this unique attitude in the mentality which you'll have would not just make you much more creative, would not just make you much more inquisitive, but I would like to say would make you much more knowledgeable, or much more applaudable, much more intelligent in some terms according to me. Because this is something which I observed. In my 16 years of lifespan, this is something which I learned regards change. This is again not a scripted video. This is something which I'm speaking from heart, by heart. This is something which I'm speaking based upon my experiences of my classroom. Because as they say, as they write, classroom is the society of tomorrow, right? There are different mindsets, different students, different teachers. So from childhood to now, I've gained that experience, and I'm speaking this just with that experience and nothing else. In simple words, ultimately I would just like to say this, that bring out a change. Badlo yaar. Try changing, in simple terms at least. That will make your life beautiful. That will give you a purpose to live. Will make you inquisitive. Will make you talented. Will make you the leader. Will make you a leader of your own self and the community which you live in, and at the same time would also make you much more knowledgeable, and I would like to say which would certainly make you much more enjoyable, you know but then try bringing out a change. To bring a change, of course, as I already said, it's important to have a growth mindset. Focus upon these parameters and bring out a change, because that is what, again, something which actually matters. Thank you. And stop questioning at all times. Questioning just stop it. Don't care about what people would tell you. Don't care about what others eventually tell you, because all that matters to you is you. You take birth individually. Of course, you are born alone, and you shall not remain alone, but then you will certainly die alone. When you started alone, you'll eventually end up alone as well. Then why care about others? Don't care about anything afterwards when it comes to your life, because all that matters to you is you. Right? I'm not telling something bad, or I'm not trying to eventually profusely say this, like, dekho, you'll not have anyone else in your life. But then all that I'm trying to say you is that you were born alone and you will be dying alone. So that thought in you shouldn't be there कि देखो मैंने life में कुछ भी नहीं किया है. That thought shouldn't be certainly rolling in your brain like a roller coaster, saying this कि देखो I didn't do what I thought of. I was just walking on the path shown by others. Why do you wait for torch bearers to come? Why can't you hold up your own torch and move forward with audacity? Right? So this is what matters on a whole. And again, as I already said, there is a lot more than just a lot to tell regards a change. There is a lot more and much more for me to tell you regards the beauty of change. To understand how beautiful a change is, I recommend you all to read Miracle Morning, a book written by Hal Elrod, and of course I also suggest you all to read this book written by Jay Shetty, which is Think Like a Monk. It explains the way each and every cell works in your body, how your brain works in different situations, and how you can live a beautiful life, which eventually, with not materialistic things, but non-materialistic things only. Thank you, and have a great day ahead, and may you eventually try bringing out the change which is different to you, which eventually is unique to you, and which can make you feel beautiful again. Thank you.